Hey there, everybody. How you doing? This is gonna be your great day. This is gonna be your great day. This is gonna be your great day. Loody, loody, lotty, loody. Loody, today, today. Hey there, everybody. I'm just coming in. It is, what time is it? I don't even know. 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I don't know. Whatever it is. Central time, it's 7 hours past Central time. 6 hours past Eastern time. Hey there. So it's showing that I have a slow connection. That's how it is. Oh, let me put my glasses back on to see who else is in here. I can't even tell by the little circles. Tell me where you're coming in from. Tell me who you are and tell me where you're coming in from. That would be so great. I see that I have some people coming in. So anyway, why am I coming in? Because I just am. Because I'm sitting out on my patio area outside my apartment here in Wiesbaden, and I just got my hair done today too, and it looks so cute. Oh my goodness, my hair looks so cute. Look at that. Look at all these waves that my friend Sadie made for me. Sometimes you just need a good cut and stuff. So he cut it, and so you can see that it's not as long. He's like, let's make this healthy again, because it was getting so thin and everything. And so it was super thin towards the ends. It was really gorgeous, super long, you know, almost to my badunk. Hey there, Felicia. Hey, Crystal. So glad that you're here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Crystalline from Anderson. I love it. I love it. And Felicia's coming in from Indiana. So anyway, so there is, hey y'all, just want to let you know that there is a delay from America to Germany. So I'll ask you a question, and it's so funny because in like 30 seconds later, then I get all your answers. So I have to remember, because when I went live before, I have to remember when I ask a question to give 30 seconds for y'all to come on in, you know. So because like when I'm watching my besties, you know, like Real Talk Kim, when I'm watching her, my delay for her. Hey Chris, oh my goodness, Chris, you always fill my heart with so many good things. But when I'm watching my good friend Chris in the mornings, I'm like 30-second delayed from her. So I'm not even getting her stuff fresh. I'm getting it like 30 seconds behind, y'all. So I'm making comments on her posts, and it's like 30 seconds behind. And some people probably are like, where is Wendy? Why is she always behind? It's just because Germany is like a whole ocean away from y'all in America. And so anyway, I have no reason to be on here except I just wanted to come in and connect with you, and I'm just feeling kind of pretty, you know, and I don't always feel that way. And maybe that's why I'm coming in here, is to talk to those people who don't always feel pretty, you know. I know that I'm a gift from God. I know that I'm all that. I know that I'm a queen. I know that I'm a king and all that, but I don't always feel pretty. I don't even make it a thing for me. It's just I am who I am. I love to wear color. I love to do that. Y'all know that. Love to do those things. And so anyway, let me know where you're coming in from, please. If you'll just write down, if you're watching, send me a little note, because then I can see it. I can't tell if you're not and everything. So, I love that. Tangi, I want to, hopefully I'm saying your name right. But anyway, just coming on in to just say, you know what, life is good. Life is really good here in Germany. It took us a while to get our house. It took us like 4 months, and it doesn't usually take that long. And so, but I gathered where I was at, instead of like going, oh, I need a house, oh, I need a house, oh, I need a house, and so worried about that. I didn't worry. I just was like, okay, God, whatever. And I even had like this huge disappointment too when it came to the house. Hey, love you, girl. I love you so much. So anyway, I had this huge disappointment, and maybe I talked about this already and stuff. So Atlanta, Georgia, I love that Chris is coming in from Atlanta, and South Carolina's in here. Yay! Oh, South Carolina. Do you know my friend Brandon Owens? Have you met him? Oh my goodness gracious. So we just wrote a song together. But anyway, back to the disappointment. So when we got here, we had this house lined up, y'all. It was like penthouse material on the first floor. Hey there. I'm trying to think who else is in here. Nadia, so glad that you're in here. So we had this penthouse on the first floor, and it was right next to my favorite coffee shop. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm able to talk about it now. I didn't want to really talk about it then. And sometimes it's really good to not talk about some of the things we go through until later. Hey, Jalissa, I love you so much. And so sometimes it's just good to just process through on your own and to work through with like your closest buds and stuff. It's really good, you know. And it's not that you're I don't think the whole world needs to know all your business all the time. So anyway, nobody needed to know that I was super disappointed. Nobody needed to know I was super down. So I was doing the what to wear, when in this spot, and all that kind of stuff, you know, even through this disappointment, you know, and all this kind of stuff, because it was pretty tough. Hey, Roxanne, I love you. And so here's this penthouse on the first floor right next to my favorite coffee shop that I went to every single day when we lived here, almost every single day when we lived here before in Germany. And I was so excited that we were going to get this house. I mean, it was like, oh my goodness, like this gorgeous, wonderful place. And then it just fell apart. It just broke apart. And I'm still talking about it to this day, which is so crazy because this happened clear back in, I think like the beginning of March and stuff. So it was like, it was happening all there, but I just had so much hope that it would come through. And it's, you know, I don't know that I believed for other things so much like I did for this house. And I don't believe that my stuff was like mixed up. I love you too, Nadia. I don't think that my hope was in a wrong place. My hope was in God. And it was such a beautiful blessing. I mean, it was like, oh my goodness, God, I get this, you know. I was like, oh, I'm so excited, you know. And I just kind of want to talk about that, like when this like incredible carrot or this diamond is placed before your eyes and you're just really, really wanting it, you know. And then plus I think I'm just healing from the inside as well. Not that I was so heartbroken, but I was disappointed. I have to tell you, you know, you guys don't usually get to hear about all the disappointments I go through and things, you know, but I'm telling you, I go through lots and lots of them. People, places, things, and situations, and health, you know, that I'm just constantly hit with, as we all are. You know, we're bombarded with these things and stuff. But this home, man, I thought, God, you really did it. You just really came through. Wow, God, this is like so amazing data, right? Oh my goodness, sweetheart. You know, that, oh God, that we get to be a part of this. We get to be a part of this blessing. And God, you know, I'm going to give you all the praise and all the glory. But you know, I'm going to give him all the praise and all the glory at all times, no matter the disappointment, no matter the excitement, no matter the anything. Well, this house, the people ghosted us. I kid you not. We've never been ghosted on a home before, ever before. And we were ghosted, and I'm not kidding. I went into like, I'm gonna Holy Ghost you. I'm serious. I went into fight mode. I just was like, this is my home and everything like that. Knew that it was my home, and even to this day, I believe that it was our home. But this is the thing, and I don't need any Christianese right now. Just hold off your Christian sneezing and Christianizing for a little bit, if you wouldn't mind. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Justin. And hey, Rachel. And stuff. So just hold off on your Christianizing me and telling me that, well, it was God's protection. He's rejected. This rejection was God's protection. Well, you know what? Hold off on that. Let's just talk about the reality. Come on, Dita. Let's just talk about the reality of when it really is God's will. And man chooses not to let it happen. Oh, let's just talk about that. Because here's the thing, family. We do this every day in our lives because it is God's will that we walk in excellence every day. Melody, come on, girl. And we walk in excellence every day. And yet, because of our will, we don't walk in the excellence that he provides a way through, because he says that he, blessed are the feet of those who bring, tidings of good peace, and the steps of the righteous man are ordered of God. So God orders our steps, right? He orders our steps, but we don't always walk in them. And other people don't always walk in the steps that God orders for us as well. Oh, did I say that? Somebody better say preach when, but we are not responsible for those who don't follow in God's way. However, when people ghost us, and even when we wholly ghost them, and we're doing everything to change the thing that comes into play that was set up against us, and then it doesn't work out. Oh my goodness, what do you do with that pain, Jan? What do you do with that disappointment? What do you do with that? Well, you just walk through. You walk through, and I'm just telling you that I was disappointed. Like, I wept. I was like, God, that's my house. I saw, y'all, listen, I wrote songs. The Lord gave me this song about him being in the room where we signed our lease at this place of this house that we were supposed to get. Like, I saw it. I had a vision. I had a vision of that, of us signing our lease. And God was like, I'm already in that room signing that lease with you. And I'm like, Jesus, are you joking me? I've never had that quick of a vision of seeing something like that happen. And I just think there's so much to glean from that. But the biggest thing is, like, every day, before we say, God, rejection is God's protection, before we do all that to our friends, just don't. Have you listened to that new song that I wrote? Just don't. Just don't. It's a powerful song, and it's just one of those things that people try to Christianese or Christian sneeze all over us and just try to wrap up our feelings in this pretty blanket or in this pretty present for themselves, and it's just not necessary. Just walk with me in the feelings. I will walk out of my feelings, and it's okay to have the feelings. But here's the thing about that, and I know I keep saying here's the thing, because there's lots of things, right? There's just so many things, right, Justin? And it's, every day God offers us excellence in our lives. He offers us to walk in excellence. He gives us the equipment to walk in excellence. He gives us the fruit of the Spirit, for heaven's sakes, that's ever bearing. We never have to ask for it. We just have to be willing to receive it and release it into our lives. We don't have to ask for more patience. We don't have to ask for more joy. We don't have to ask for all 7 of the other 9 fruit of the Spirit, because that's the fruit of the Spirit. And oh my Jesus, I'm about to preach up in here. That's the fruit of the Spirit, is what's inside of us already. And I really believe that Holy Spirit's saying, will you receive it and then release it out of you? And my heart is like, yes, But let's talk about those times when you're receiving and you're releasing, because y'all know I'm receiving and releasing all the time. Like it's a real thing. This present presence thing that I talk about, Yvonne, this present presence about God being so I don't have to go into a closet to be with God. I am with God. He is with me. He's right here. And even when I'm walking through, it's not a valley of the shadow of a death, but it's disappointment, because I know that house was our house. But man got in the way. their fear of themselves or their greed or whatever it was, miscommunication, whatever you want to call it, they got in the way. Nothing we did got in the way, but we had to deal with the consequences of what they were going through. And so, and do we have a love? Did we find another home? Absolutely we did. Was it first choice? I don't believe so. Otherwise, why would the Lord dangle something so beautiful before my eyes? Give me a song about it. Give me a vision about it. Why? So, but the thing is making the lemonade out of the lemons, right? Right? Lemons are great, just by themselves. You don't even have to add any sugar. Lemonade without sugar is fabulous. It's lemon water. So good for our bodies. But you know what? The lemons, they're not so, I don't like to have lemons by themselves. I don't want that in my mouth. And that, I'm telling you, what happened with the house was a little tough, right? Let me see here, Melody. He turns all things for good. That doesn't make the hard things any less painful. Come on, sis. That's the truth. And I think so many times we want to, right, Melody? I think so many times people want to gloss over the hard times. They want to, oh, God's going to make all things turn for good. That's great. But and it doesn't make the hard things any less painful. And I think sometimes we just need to talk about the things that are painful. Sometimes maybe not at the time when they're so painful, but yet sometimes maybe so. Maybe the raw and the real is what's needed, for the healing and everything. But I'm able to talk about it now, and I don't cry up so much. But I still found, like, even tonight, like when I was out at supper at an old place where we would have been, having suppers and dinners because we lived in the area. We would have been congregating with all the people of it. Y'all, it's 12 minutes walk. It's all it is. It's a 12-minute walk. But because of my heart and some of the issues, it's not that easy for me. It's some of my health issues. It's not that easy for me to walk over to Casper's Garden, where I love to go meet up with people. Because of those things, I'm not able to do that as much. And so with that, the hard things, just walking through those hard things, I kind of lost my thought and stuff. Hey, Joseph, so glad that you're in here. So glad that you're here. Hope you're holding down Galveston really well. Oh, thank you so much. I love you so much. And so with those things, that are hard, those hard things that we're going through, because I think we need to just be more honest about the hard things we go through, but also be real about, how we're getting through it. And I'm getting through it. But, that's where I was at, is I was talking, that it came up again, that I still brought up, like, but we had a house and it was going to be right here in this area, because we met up with another couple, not on purpose, but they shared the table with us. And they were saying, yeah, we have our home here. It's right here. We're here a lot of times every week and stuff. And my heart was just like, oh. I just remember how much I looked forward to being in this area and stuff. And I can still do that, but it's different. It just looks different. And I do love our place that we have here, but I love the other place better. And that's okay to even say that, but it just seems so silly sometimes to even be talking about that. But yet sometimes we just need to talk about the raw and the real, right, Melody? Isn't it so helpful to know that Jesus wept? Oh, my sweet Jesus. He did. And you know what? You know why Jesus had to weep? Because man rejected God's plan. Jesus wept because man rejected. And maybe there's just a lot of us right now that are walking through some really hard times where some man, some woman, some of yourself, some situations have rejected God's plan. for your life. And yet Jesus still wept. He just let it all hang out. Right, Denise? Right, Angie? He just let it all out. And it was documented. It was documented that Jesus wept. It was documented because he wept for the loss of a life. He wept for the loss of God's plan manifesting. However, Jesus is so cool because he knew what was coming. He wept and he still knew. He was still so human. He wept and he still knew that Lazarus was going to rise again. He wept and he even sweat drops of blood when he was in the garden. Even though he knew he was going to rise again. And maybe that's where you're at, is because you're in the garden and maybe you're weeping, or maybe you're sweating drops of blood, what feels like sweating drops of blood. And yet you can still hear God say, but 3 days and you'll rise again. But the thing is God's not hurrying those 3 days. He's not saying, hey, you need to think about those 3 days. You need to be happy. You need to be all those things. Because Jesus still got to process and go through the weeping. It was so important for Jesus to weep. It was so important for Jesus to weep before Lazarus rose again. It was so important for Jesus to sweat drops of blood before he rose again, so that we would have examples of when things are so hard, or when things just don't work out, when disappointment comes, because it comes. Disappointment does come, and when it comes, it's okay to process through. It's okay to cry through. It's okay to be angry through it. Be angry and don't sin. Even if you do sin, there's grace and forgiveness for that. Because again, Jesus did it all. Jesus paid it all to him I owe. And you know, I was singing the songs. I was praying the prayers. I was believing the beliefs. I was faithing everything, not faking a thing. I was prophesying things to come for even for my health that hasn't come through, even for this house that didn't come through. I mean, it just, you know, am I going to stop? Absolutely not. Nothing can take my faith. I will not give that away. I will not allow it to be stolen. And maybe that's where you're at today. Lots of little maybes today. Rachel's saying, I wept many when we were living the military life, but God's plan wasn't what I thought was my plan. My business never happened. Boy, Rachel, that's a whole word in itself, you know? And so here we are, live on a Thursday night in Germany, hearing the birds all around. I hope that's coming through, because they're singing their melodies. Hey there, Kimberly. Hey, Steve. Love you. They're still singing their melodies, and I'm singing a melody. It's and though I'm really joyful in my heart, amidst the hardships, amidst the disappointment, the song might change. It might be lifted, it might be lowered, it might come through with the sound of like, just don't. Just don't dress it up and call it healing. Just don't try to tell me how I'm feeling, because it's okay how I'm feeling. It's okay how I'm expressing it. It's okay. God's big enough to handle all that. God's huge enough to take care of everything. That's the cool thing. And he's just so wonderful. That's where it's at. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here. I really wasn't coming on to do a preach or anything like that. I was just coming on to say, hey, listen to what's happening in my neck of the woods. I'm so glad it sounds beautiful. This is my sanctuary. Let me turn it around so you guys can see. This is the sanctuary that's right outside my home. Look at this, y'all. I know I showed a video before. Y'all, listen. There's dishes clanging. There's birds singing. There's bees buzzing. I'm telling you, there's pigeons. They're doing that. They're not my favorite. Those pigeons are not my favorite. But those parakeets, those are fun too. Anyway, I just had to come on in here. All is well, even in the disappointment. Sometimes it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun to walk through it. But I did. I did it, And that's where it's at. Is maybe you're walking through some disappointment and it's okay. It's okay. God's got you. And I know that even that's like a Christian sneeze. I know, Wendy, he's got me. You're right. You know it. And I'm just letting you know that I'm here for you. And I thank you for being here for me. Thank you for commenting. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for liking, sharing, posting. Thanks for listening to my music too. I see my streams are soaring on all the platforms. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the way that you do. Know this, family, that I see you. I celebrate you. You are enough. Know that God sees you, God celebrates you, and that you are enough. Choose. Toodaloos, and I love you. Ooh, 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 from Wiesbaden, from my heart to you. Have a great day. Choose.